Hi everyone, I'm Rita and I'm from Nepal. So today I will be sharing a story of mine, the promise I made at 18. I was too young to know that something was wrong. A child with soil-stained hands, drawing dreams in the soil, building tiny houses with the crooked walls, where no one heard, no one took advantage of. I didn't know the same hands guiding me through the homework would take me into the shadows. The trust could be betrayed long before I even knew what trust meant. Say children are resilient. Say children are resilient, but how do you explain the child's silence? Where her mouth, her hands became tools for someone else's pleasure, long before Is even knew what pleasure meant. It took me years to name it. By the time I did, it was too late. No evidence, no proof, just memory etched deep in my skins and bones. I was raised in a world where women stayed quiet, where dignity meant silence, and the family's pride weighed heavier than a girl's truth. So I swallowed mine. At 18, I stood in front of the mirror, not as a victim, but as a fire lit by all the times when I was told to forget, to stay silent, and to move on. That's the day I made a promise. A promise to the child I was, the woman I was becoming, that no girl should ever fear a closed door. That no girl should ever feel what I felt, alone, ashamed, and confused. So I packed my pain into power, stitched it with purpose, and began walking. From the hills of Nepal to the lands of Tarai to the alleys of Kathmandu, I sat with young girls, heard their stories, taught them about their bodies, their rights, their choices, their power. We spoke of consent, not as a big word, but as a small, everyday freedom. We spoke about pleasure, not as a same, but as a choice. Over the years, I've reached more than 4,000 plus young girls in classrooms, in tea shops, schoolyards, and clinics. I have helped them and guided them to access adolescent-friendly services, counseled them through their first period, guided them from stigma of fear of first period to accessing safe abortion care. I would say, silence to self-advocacy. I have spent early mornings to late night juggling responsibilities just to make sure that one more girl learns that body is her, not an obligation, not a secret, not a shame. And now those same girls, they are thriving. They are becoming nurses, doctors, engineers, advocates, and raising their voices louder than mine ever was that age. But I didn't stop there. I now work to make sure that our voices are not just heard, but felt at the decision-making spaces, in policies, in power structures. You see me here today standing alone. You see me here today standing alone, but I bring thousands of voices of other young girls around the country. Girls with wings, girls with fire, girls who also says no and says yes, but in her own terms. Today, this stage isn't just mine. It belongs to every young girl around the globe who turned her power into pain, into a purpose. You ask me what I do. You ask me what I do. I say, this is not a job, it's my calling. Now, it's my purpose. This is the promise I made at 18, I will keep making it until we ensure that no girl is left behind. Thank you.